Alright, guys, today we are going to be reacting to Andrew Wilson School's College, Modern Women, and what is moral and what is not. Let's jump in.
Well, she can have her preference or her,
Yeah,
her
so what
opinion.
makes you right and her wrong, though?
The way you argue it, the logic.
What?
Yeah, if you're gonna try and that's how you prove things by logic.
So let's say Desiree says sleeping with a corpse is okay, and you say no, it's wrong. What makes you right and her wrong?
Ooh, that's a good point.
If I say if you were if I say I think like we can all agree that if we were corpses, we would not want people disrespecting.
So we appeal to we all for what is moral? So if we all say it's okay to like beat a person to death, that's now moral?
What?
If we all say it's okay to beat a person to death, then that's moral then? Or?
Well, we make up what is moral and what is not moral.
So
just
we
like
make
rights.
it up. Okay, so
Didn't you
if
say
Desiree
rights
says,
are made up?
Ooh,
so
that's
if
a
we
good.
make up what is moral.
Hey, that's a good that's a good back and forward from her. Even though she's annoying, that's a good back and forward.
Desiree says X thing is moral. How could you ever tell her she's wrong?
You argue it like we're doing right now with.
Yeah, why even if you were right, would that make what she's saying immoral? Even if your argument was, even if she was, so let's say through argumentation, you were able to come to the conclusion that this thing over here, I have an inconsistent take with it. That still wouldn't demonstrate why it's wrong.
Good point.
Isn't that a law of logic? That if it's self-contradicting, isn't that a?
No, that's not a contradiction.
Well, okay. So what
So
is it?
you can say something's inconsistent. It's not a contradiction. So here, let me help you out here. Somebody goes up and they grab a raccoon, a dead raccoon, off the road, and they have sex with it. Tell me why that's wrong.
Damn.
Other than
Damn.
because I don't like it.
Because animals can't consent. They don't have
Why
the
is that?
mental
Why is that
capacity.
important?
Why is that important? So that we don't do that to raccoons, I guess.
Yeah, but it's dead. Why would you need it to consent?
Because we respect the dead as a.
Well, what do you mean we?
I'm
Obviously, the person doing it doesn't.
Good point.
Yes, that's
Why?
true.
So why are they wrong? Why are they doing something that's wrong?
Because
why
we
is it
deemed
immoral?
it as wrong, and we have reasons that we deem it as wrong.
What do you keep saying we for?
Yeah.
What are your reasons? What are your
There we
reasons
go. There we
for
go.
why it's wrong?
That's where you need them. You see how she was having a little bit of meltdown? That's where you need them. That means that they're thinking, right? She's basically thinking. And that's where you want them. You want them to be thinking.
Why is it wrong for him to do that? Why? You just keep saying we. That doesn't mean anything. Why do you think it's wrong for him to do that?
If I was a raccoon has a dead raccoon, so that's a dead thing. So if I was a dead corpse, I would not want to be essayed. So that's where I get my idea from.
Why should we give to your preference for what you would want? Why is what you want what is moral?
Because if we all treat each other how we want to be treated, then...
So it's all consensus. Back to consensus. We all, us, we, most of us. Is morality consensus or is morality you?
Morality is a discourse.
What? Wait. So as long as we all agree on something, it's moral?
It's a word to describe if we think it's bad or good.
Okay, so we, meaning collectively.
The people who speak English.
Wait, I just want to make sure I got this right. If most of us think a thing is moral, it is moral?
It's considered moral.
Is it moral?
I don't believe that there's inherent animals kill animals all the time. That's why, animals do horrible things. They're not, but we don't consider them evil. It's all,
I don't feel like we're getting any closer to what is moral. Who determines what is moral? How do we determine that? Is that just based on consensus then?
Yeah.
Okay, so if it's just based on consensus, then the Aztec Empire, the consensus was it was okay to take a person on top of a pyramid, cut their chest open, pull their heart out, and sacrifice it to the sun god. Most of them agreed that that was moral. That was moral, correct?
No.
Damn, there you go. K close. K close. Easy. Easy, easy, easy.
Why?
We don't think that
Wait,
anymore.
Eve,
Oh my
they
God.
did. They
I'm
did.
just talking about
All
the
of them
human.
did.
There is no
Right?
morality if there's no humans. There's no one to judge it.
They
It's
were
the
humans.
judger.
They thought it was moral. Why do you say it
It's a
wasn't
judgment.
moral for them to do that?
Andrew, it's a judgment that a person makes. That's why I'm saying we. I'm talking about the human race.
So you mean you.
People think conscious brains make judgments. That's what
Yeah, I agree.
morality is. So
Okay,
that's what I'm
so morality is conscious brains making judgments. So if all the conscious brains make the judgment that sacrificing a person on top of a pyramid and cutting their heart out and sacrificing it to raw is okay, then it's okay, right?
Well, I don't think anything is inherently bad or good. It's what we decide. So we evolve
so
to
if all
say
of us
no, it's
decide
not.
to take a guy up on top of a pyramid, cut their heart out, and sacrifice it to the sun god, that's okay,
I would say
right?
they had flawed logic. I would say they had flawed logic, and they were
What
probably
was
following
illogical
religious
about what
beliefs.
they were doing?
Is the
Hang
person
on,
getting
hang on.
sacrificed
Shh.
willing?
Stop, Desiree. Show me what they did, which was illogical.
Well, I'm going based off of treat others how you would want to be treated, which I think is a good moral code.
They want to have their heart cut out and given to the sun
Well, then
god.
it's
They want that
consensual.
shit.
It's consensual. It's part of their culture. I don't see the
Yeah,
problem
can
with
you
it.
let her talk, Desiree? We don't need you involved, I promise. Can we just finish our convo?
Yeah,
Well,
because she'd like to be the heroes in these type of conversations.
Well,
She's getting so far from what I see, where I've seen, she's getting shut down. Like she just her confidence down into the ground.
So what is actually wrong if the guy says, cut my heart out, and they all cut his heart out? What is actually wrong with that?
I'm not gonna honestly say that you're a bad person if you commit suicide.
So hang on. Now let's say he's the one guy on planet Earth, one guy who doesn't want his heart cut out, and all of the rest of humanity does. Why should he not have his heart cut out?
There's no grander judgment that you can make. There's no objective judgment. There is no
Well, then
objective
why do I
judgment.
give a shit about anything you say when you say to me, there's no objective morality, there's no objective
That's
judgment,
crazy.
there's no objective, and let me ask you a question. There's no
Just
objective,
imagine a society like that. And you know what? You see very small glimpses of that in cities such as Portland, Minneapolis, and Seattle, where there's morality, there's no morality. You can steal. A lot of these legislative bodies in some of these cities are mostly feminist and female. And you see how they run stuff. You commit a crime, you should not be going to prison because there's something wrong with you, right? You need therapy. You need all the stuff, and they go through ground. It's very scary. It's very scary.
objective morality, correct?
Not in my opinion.
Is that objective?
No, it's an opinion.
Yes, right. So it's not even objective then either, right? So if
Yeah.
morality is just this subjective tribe, and you can just come up with whatever the fuck you want, and it's just all based on consensus, then if the consensus says that men can fuck as many women as they want, and women can't fuck as many men as they want, how can you give me a single objection to that?
If it may be considered, I can disagree with it personally. I can say I have a
Sure.
different logic that I follow. So
Okay,
people
great.
have
Give me the
different.
logic that you follow that if the consensus says it's perfectly acceptable for men to fuck 500 women, and it's not even acceptable for women to fuck one woman, give me the logic that shows that that would be wrong in some way.
Good
My
point.
logic would be it's a double standard.
Yeah, what's wrong with a double standard?
Well, I think people should be treated equally to the best,
Yeah, but why should they be?
because I think that's what's
Because
in
you-
the best
you-
interest for
So
the
you
world.
are the ultimate arbiter of morality,
Of
right?
my morality, yeah.
Yeah, so you personally are the ultimate arbiter of morality.
Of
I
my
think
morality.
me.
Of my
What?
I make my own opinions.
Right. So if all of society said if men 500 women, that's fine, but if women one man, that's not fine. You would dissent and disagree and say all of them were doing something immoral, right?
Yeah, I disagree with
Yeah.
you, so yeah.
So then who is the ultimate arbiter of morality?
No one.
You. It has to be you.
What?
That's a logical
fallacy.
entailment. If all other human beings disagree with your logic, and you said logic is how you come to this, right? You say, okay, all of you are wrong. I am the ultimate arbiter of what is moral. You're all wrong, and you shouldn't be doing this, right?
No, I wouldn't deem. I would make an argument. I wouldn't deem.
Have you guys noticed this? Look at the person here on the left, the one on the right, the one that is a little bit big. She's paying attention, and she's not the most pretty. She's not the prettiest. She's just like a 3, but she's paying a lot of attention. She's paying a lot of attention. She's quiet. She's listening, because the way she's listening is the way she's gonna go back home and say, okay, I got all this information. Let me see how I can make this thing easier for my man. Look at her.
I wouldn't say you're wrong no matter what. I have
and
an
they say,
open
fuck
mind.
off,
Listening.
we're gonna do it anyway.
If they made a argument that I was like, you know what, yeah, you're right, then I would change my mind.
No, you say no, you're not right. All of you are wrong. I
haven't
still am
heard a
gonna
good
go
argument.
with my preferences.
I haven't heard a good argument for it.
Yeah. I just want to let you, so that you understand. All of your morality, everything that you're considering moral right now is just coming from preferences. You're just saying, it doesn't align with my preferences. If it doesn't align with what I prefer, then it's immoral. You keep on saying things like, well, you would have to logically convince me. But why is logic even important? Can you even tell me why it's important?
Because it's measurable.
Logic is measurable?
Yes.
Tell me, how do you measure logic?
She can destroy.
Like you try and prove things by measuring, by measurements, like saying you are not taller, like
Deduction, like he used deduction and all these like.
There you go. Desiree just coming in. She can allow her to grow. She needs this, Desiree. You have to allow her to just get the hits. If you don't allow her to do that, she will never grow. But of course you can, because you never grew in the first place. You have to allow her to just go down the chip by herself.
The math.
things that you can measure is how
logic
you
is a
prove
math.
things.
There's
That would
mathematical
be
See?
induction,
See?
not deduction. That would be induction. But how do you measure? How do you measure logic? Like how? Like is
Logic
logic
is
6
going
feet
to
tall?
be
Is
fluid to
logic,
the culture.
Shut up, Desiree. It's not your turn. Is logic 6
There you
feet
go,
tall?
see?
Well, we say that tall, it means you are, you stand physically higher. So if you were to measure and someone has a lower height, then you can say with your logic, because you measured them, that they are shorter than the other person.
Why would that be logical?
Deduction.
You measured it.
Well, I don't understand. Why is
empirical-
measurement logical?
Because it's objective.
What's
an objective
objective? It's
measurement.
literally subjective. Okay, tell me what's objective about an
Taller?
inch.
Taller and shorter is an objective measurement
Really?
of size.
Really?
Length.
Okay, give me the exact measurement then for tall.
No, you can consider something taller.
Oh, you can't.
There's a
Hang on. I just want to make sure I got this right. What is the objective measurement for tall?
Oh, if it's the length, if you
Of
measure
what?
something of its height.
Yeah, what is the logically objective measurement for tall?
What Andrew's doing here, and I know it sounds kind of tiring, but what he's doing right now is destroying her ego. Cause it's literally showing her that she doesn't know shiitakes. This is what Andrew's trying to do. He's destroying that defense of ego. That's why he's going through I know it sounds kind of weird, but this is why he's going a little bit deeper, to make her realize you don't know anything. You have a college, you're in college, and they're teaching you nothing.
It would be taller.
Yeah, it would be
You guys
relative.
Relative to
You guys have
something.
3 minutes on this, and then I got to move it on.
Yeah, I'm almost done. But what is the logically objective metric for tall again?
A bigger number versus a smaller number.
Yeah, but okay. So what is tall though?
a bigger.
No, the
in
baseline.
number.
What is the baseline for tall?
There's no baseline for tall. Everything.
Well, then how do you know? Well, wait. Then I'm sorry. So then, how is tall?
Tall is an.
How
is
is
a
tall a
descriptor.
logical, objective metric then? If there's no
You're gonna destroy.
baseline for it.
It's a tall is a. You can use it as an adjective, or you can say this is taller than this. Like my house is not taller than the
I
Eiffel
understand.
Tower.
Taller than meaning this thing bigger than this.
So that's objective.
Got that?
Tall
got
is
that.
not.
I got that. But you said there's an objective measurement for what is tall.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, so it's subjective. What is tall?
It's tall compared to you. It's a
Yeah,
descriptor.
no, but what's the baseline for what is tall?
It's a descriptor, so there is no baseline for
Yeah,
tall.
so it's just subjective, right?
If it's an adjective and you're describing it,
Well, I mean, adjective is subjective, right?
yeah,
Yeah, everything is subjective in your worldview, right?
you can measure things.
Well, I don't understand. That would be subjective too. Measurement is subjective.
Desert Joe donated $100. Is it immoral for women to discriminate against short men? Is it immoral for men to discriminate against fat women?
Good question.
Hang on, before you get to this, I just want to wrap this up real quick. I just want to make sure that I got this right. That you are not the ultimate arbiter of what is moral. That is correct, right? It's society at large. That is the arbiter of what is moral.
I don't believe that there is an arbiter of moral. It's a thing
Well,
that
then what is
it's a thing
moral?
that people decide individually.
Well, if people decide it individually, then each individual is the arbiter of what is moral.
Yeah.
Dang, that's
Okay,
crazy.
Well, then you, the individual, would be the arbiter of all that is moral.
No,
That is
of
crazy.
My morality.
Well,
I
then,
don't-
and if anything goes against your morality, it's immoral, right?
To me,
Then that would be you being the ultimate arbiter of what is moral.
there's more than me in the world.
And who else is the ultimate arbiter of what is moral except you?
I've said many times there's no arbiter of moral. I think that's like
Yeah, you keep saying that,
I
but it makes
reject-
no sense because then when I question that, you say, no, anything that doesn't align with my preferences is immoral. So if that's the case, who else but you could be the arbiter of what is moral?
so moral is a descriptive word.
That's just gobbledygook, right?
How?
Andrew's a descriptive word. Like, what the fuck does that mean? It doesn't mean anything.
Rocks don't decide morality. It's a human
everything
thing.
is subject to. If this does not align with my preferences, it's wrong. Who else but you could be the
And the reason she's having a lot of problem because she don't have a guidance to this to give that to. It's easy for Andrew to say because I'm a Christian. God and His commandment, right? It's easy for him to say that. That's where he derive his moral. In her case, because that's not the case, she can't. She can't. She just get into the loopy kind of circle, like a buffering. That she doesn't understand it. She literally doesn't understand it. She's getting to a point right now that she might just question her entire life.
arbiter of what is moral?
No one can be the arbiter of my morality. It's
Except
every
who?
person has morality, or maybe they don't. A lack
One
of.
person could be the arbiter of your morality, you,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And if all things which disagree with your morality are immoral, then you would be the ultimate arbiter, right?
Yeah. Of my own morality. Yeah.
Then you're the ultimate arbiter of morality.
My own morality. I'm not the only.
Well, I'm
So,
sorry, who else's
hold on.
morality do you go off of?
Hold on. So I
Do you go, hang
granted,
on, do you go off of Fred's morality or do you go off of your morality?
I granted 3 minutes for this. It's already been 4 minutes. I need a final closing statement from both of
Yeah,
you.
do you go off of your morality or do you go off of Fred's morality?
I go off of mine, and so my
Okay,
final.
so if you go off of yours and anybody who disagrees with yours is wrong and immoral, who the fuck else but you could be the arbiter of morality?
My morality is actually fluid, and I can decide. I can decide.
That was
Yeah,
dumb.
I can
That's
evaluate things differently.
That's literally like, my God, that's literally college garbage right there.
Morally fluid.
I can like milk one day and I can not like milk
Yeah.
another day.
It's not liking milk moral.
Rabbit donated $100. Apart
Thank
from
you.
sex happening with only one person, it does not change the fact that you had
Morally
sex 50
fluid.
times. And yet, women feel the need to lie about it. And men too expect you to lie to them.
Good point.
Brian, I don't know. I don't know. I'm morally fluid now, so what do I know?
Thank you, Tamarama Rot.
Yeah, that was bad. That's bad. It's very hard for her to understand where it's coming from because she doesn't have a moral compass. That's what it is, folks. She's an atheist. It's easy for Andrew to say again that his morality comes from God because he's a Christian. However, in her case, she doesn't. It's subjective. It's whatever they feel. That's why they all do this kind of weird stuff because they feel like it. Interesting back and forth. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'll see you in the next one.